When you want only the best for your pet, check out AbbybellPetDesigns.com. We offer quality products such as floppy beds, crate pads, round pet beds, pillow slip covers, belly bands, and more. All products come in a variety of colors and sizes, guaranteed to satisfy your pet's particular style. Your pet deserves to be pampered, so shop at AbbybellPetDesigns.com. If you don't see the item you want listed in our shop, just drop us a line and we'll be glad to make the product of your pet's dreams. AbbybellPetDesigns.com. Good morning, everybody. It's Thursday. Notifications on. Hey, Elsa, how are you? Anybody get notifications today? It's only Thursday. Hey, Jeffrey. Hey, Judy, good to see you. Hey, Candace, good to see you. Brian, hello. How's everybody doing this Thursday? Alexis, hello, hello. Please, if you will, invite your followers in case somebody did not get their notifications. Hey, Cully, good to see you. Sherry, good to see you. Did everybody have a day off too? Hey, Bandar, hello, how are you? You have the nieces with you. Aw, how great. That's so great, Judy. Sure you're going to have fun. Hey, Julia and Lisa. How's everybody? Hey, Mama, shot Mama. We have Trump back in Ohio today. Nice. Nice. Hey, Rick, good to see you. He needs to stay in Ohio to get John Kasich out of Ohio there, Judy. Holding a baby chick, trying to save her. Oh, Candace. Hey, 8-foot Iceman, how are you? What are you up to this morning? Well, Alexis, I'm telling you, up to the news. Up to here with the news. No more Kasich. I know. Wouldn't that be great, Jeffrey? It breaks my heart. I know, Candace. I hope it makes it. Hey, Marianne. Kasich has made Ohio a mess. Yes, he has. And trying to do that with the country. Very well. And you, I am great. Hey, Jerry. Hello. As you're coming in, just a reminder, my ears are not like yours. Available at Amazon.com. Give an encouraging message and a message of hope to every young person that you know. Great for Easter basket gift and also for birthdays or just because you want to tell a child that you love them. And that they're especially wonderful. That's what we need to do as well. So Amazon.com, my ears are not like yours. I'm going to read really quickly as more people come in. Psalm 119. Blessed are the undefiled in the way who walk in the law of the Lord. Blessed are those who keep his testimonies, who seek him with the whole heart. They also do no iniquity. They walk in his ways. You have commanded us to keep your precepts diligently. Oh, that my ways were directed to keep your statutes when I would not be ashamed. When I look into all your commandments, I will praise you with your uprightness of heart. When I learn your righteous judgments, I will keep your statutes. Oh, do not forsake me utterly. Amen. All right. Looks like YouTube's not getting their notifications, and I didn't get my notification today for YouTube as well. So don't know what's happening with that. Hey, Alan, good to see you. All right, everybody. What isn't going on? David Shulkin is out. Good news for veterans. Hey, Karen. No Periscope notice, Marianne said. I don't know what it is. One day we get notices, the next day we get zilch. I don't get it. I really don't get it. YouTube was doing so well, like 2 days in a row, I got YouTube notifications, and then all of a sudden, nothing. Okay, Rick got a notification, so that's good. At least Rick got it. But yeah, bye-bye, Shulkin. Shulkin should have gone at the very beginning. Good morning, Penny Arcade. Good. Candace got your notification. Good. Shulkin should have been gone at the very beginning. He was one of the Obama holdovers. I got blocked by Cernovich. Well, Bandar, consider yourself lucky. I got scope notification. Good, Rhonda. Um, and all I can say is Shulkin should have been out, should never have gotten the job. I think President Trump wanted to give him a shot. Probably Shulkin said, well, I couldn't really do anything. My hands were tied. And so maybe President Trump felt like, well, okay, let's see what he can do. And obviously, he couldn't do too much. If you read my article at susanknowles.com, you'll find out that the Office of Inspector General found some really, really bad things, violations that they were doing. And also, there was a suicide in St. Louis on Monday. And I think basically with the culmination of that, it was like, okay, you're done. There can't be any more. We have to move on. And so the physician, Ronnie Johnson, Rear Admiral Ronnie Johnson, is going to be, he is the nominee. We'll see what happens. No scope notification. And two, I do not keep scope open like I do Facebook and YouTube. Okay, Rick, that's cool. Um, Good, Bandar. Hey, Marlene, thanks for retweeting that. I didn't see you come in there. So anyway, just as I said in my article, just prepare yourself for the left who are going to say, oh, I see, the doctor lied about Trump's, especially mental health, so he was promised a job. Like your shirt, what I see on it crosses. Yeah, this is for the LA Kings. It's the old emblem, old colors that LA King used to have, actually. It's like a crown. So, hey, Renee, good to see you. So I'm glad to see him go, and I think a lot of the IG report will never be released. For who, Bandar? Good morning, good morning, Daniel. Good to see you. I thought it was an Easter T-shirt. Yeah, I wish, but no, it's as close as I can get there, Rhonda. Um, let's see. As you may have heard, the David Hogg is wanting the advertisers for Laura Ingraham, hey Lisa, to boycott all of her advertisers. And I think what we should do is every one of us, if you go to Newsweek, it's an article. I know I can't either, Sherry. I've had enough of him up to here. Look, Zuckerberg will have to testify. Yeah, Brandon, he's going to anyway. Mike says Hogg is a tool. Yes, he is being used, Mike. Do you know what the IG report is? Well, Bandar, there's a couple IG reports. One is on the DOJ and the FBI and FISA, whether they misused that. Another one is on the IG report for David Shulkin. So I don't know which one you're talking about. So anyway, I think that we should support Laura Ingraham, because I think that she basically told the truth. She basically said that he was that he didn't get accepted in any college, like UCLA didn't accept him, and he's whining about it, and that's exactly what he's doing. That's the truth. Time to educate the troll. Yeah. But it's like I will bend our things. When you talk about something and you tell the truth, and then you get boycotted about it, I mean, come on. He has his picture taken with Valerie Jarrett. Well, Jerry, I haven't seen that picture, but if it's true, I'm sure he's very proud of that, and why not? I mean, he's on the same team, so obviously he was taught by the same people. Thank you for the hearts and the thumbs up over there on Facebook Live. Can't see who's doing it, but don't know why. Deep State Ops, yes, absolutely. Who is Valerie Jarrett? Oh, good Lord. Valerie Jarrett right now is living with the Obamas. Valerie Jarrett was in the Obama administration. You need to find it. Do some more research on it, Rhonda. Just Google her, and you'll find out. In his very small mind, he thinks he is right. Exactly. Or at least, Brandon, somebody's told him he's right. Yeah, your report is the most important information that no one talks about. Well, Bandar, I haven't gotten there yet, but I will be talking about it. Basically, let me just get there for Bandar. So, hey, Lee, good morning. The IG report is and this was kind of, Sessions had called for this, for there to be an investigation of the DOJ and also of the FBI to find out if there was any, misdeeds, let's say, or any kind of criminal activity. Okay, Candace, in regards to the whole campaign and looking at the whole Trump campaign, the people there, and spying on them. I don't want to say the word spying, but almost. And did the word come from the top? Did it come from President Obama, then President Obama? Did they work together with the FBI, the CIA? I mean, there's so many things that they're looking into right now. And so they'll find out whether or not there was any corruption. I mean, we all know. We all know. Okay, Bandar. Now you're gonna get. You can tell everybody you got blocked by me. Now, now basically, you're going to find out also if the FISA applications. Who was in charge of that? Where did those applications come from? Was anything left out, not done, whatever with the FISA application? So, I mean, there's so much being investigated. There's more being investigated with Peter Strzok and his girlfriend to see if they, if they brought up any type of collaboration between all these different groups. I mean, it's a mess right now, and until it's figured out, nobody's going to know. I think they're also calling for a special prosecutor to see, or a special counsel to see if any illegal wrongdoing was done as well. I think Bandar came in because he got blocked by two people and he wanted to make it a three. Like 3 strikes, you're out. So he got the 3rd strikes, he's out, and he can go his merry way now. So there you go. The number of armed guards in school has increased. They say the percentage of schools with security guards or the resource officers. Yeah, we need a special counsel. Get all those thousands of missing text emails. But FBI won't release. Yep. Yeah, the Hillary emails, the missing emails. So the percentage of schools with security guards or resource officers or other sworn law enforcement has gone up from 42% in 2005-2006 to 57% right now. Won't happen, I fear. I know, Rhonda. It seems like we're behind on everything. I am surprised and am glad to see that the IG is doing an investigation with the DOJ and the FBI and the FISA applications. That's promising. I agree with Greg Jarrett. Get a warrant, seize the DOJ and FBI documents. Exactly, Marlene. But will they do it? I doubt it. And again, I say thank God for Judicial Watch. Have you heard of the mass shooting in Plano, Texas? No, I have not. Maybe it's a generation problem in schools. Could be. Working and listening to. Barbara said, good morning, Barbara. Good morning, Rocky. How's everybody? I'm researching now. Active. Okay. Wow. I guess she's saying there's a mass shooting going on in Plano, Texas. I haven't heard that. I guess if it's happening right now, I haven't seen anything come up on a breaking news report either. So don't know what that is. Maybe we'll get more in just a minute. It said that there are more armed guards in elementary schools. 26% a long time ago, 45% now. Hey, Teresa, maybe they need to rethink that and also put more in junior high and high school, because obviously they're protecting the elementary school kids, not protecting the middle school and high school as much, it seems, with these percentages here. And that's where more trouble is coming out of middle school and high school. So it would make more sense to have more guards, or at least increase the guards at the middle school and the high school, and put in metal detectors. 2 snaps up, Rocky said. Did you see buckets of rocks given to classroom? Yes, I know. Plano shooting, was last September. Okay, Marlene. I was going to say, I haven't seen anything. I don't know why she's thinking it's now, but hey, David. Yeah, they're told in other schools to throw anything and everything at them that you can. Men killed 8 people during a Cowboys watch party in Plano last September. Wow. Crazy. So there's some stuff coming out about Michigan State University. They're the ones that people are alleging kind of, hey, Lynn, how are you? Protected Nasser, the sports doctor for the Olympians. They paid a PR firm $500,000 to track media coverage and social media about the scandal. Why would you do that? Deputy sheriff in every school in my county now every day, Rocky said. Rocks are better than sticks unless you're Buford Pusser. I know, Rocky. They need to train kids and teachers to break windows and get out of the building. Well, I think they fear, Alexis, that if you run, you're going to be targeted. If you try to get out of the room, you're going to be targeted. I mean, basically, when you have a shooter in there, it seems to me that you're targeted no matter where you are. They feel that you're safer, though, in the room. And again, we need metal detectors, more guards, and bulletproof windows is what we need. Unfortunately, it's the society, it's today's world that we live in, and I guess people need to get used to it. You know, I mean, just kind of just say, well, this is the way it is, and we've got to learn to live with that. But what's happening is they could implement safe rooms. They do in, what was it, Oklahoma? They have those safe space, like cubicles or whatever you want to call it, safe containers. Found out Hogg is a cousin to the shaved head activist gal from Parkland. Yeah. Wouldn't surprise me. Emma Gonzalez is her name, Jerry. But and Oklahoma had that, those containers, metal containers that you could get in that are bulletproof. Those would be better than sitting there and throwing something at people. Don't sit huddled in the room, black out curtains and get out of the room. Yeah, they tell you don't huddle in the room now, Alexis. They used to tell you to kind of huddle in the corner, and now they say don't do that. Never bring rocks to a gunfight. Yes, Rick, true. Hey, Spencer. Safe rooms, Penny Arcade said. And those containers were about $30,000. And, you know, I mean, if you put one in every room, though, you wouldn't be able to do it in most schools. Hey, Danielle, because they take, you know, that money and use it for other things, supposedly. But that would be cost prohibitive in most districts. But Oklahoma did it, so, you know. But these schools where you have so many kids, I think that's part of the problem, too. Rocks work for David and Goliath, but that's it. Yep. Just had a closet with bulletproof door. That would be good. But then, Brandon, again, you're cramming, 40 kids into a closet? That's not going to work. And you couldn't cram 40 kids probably into that container either. It would take at least 2 in each room. Welcome, State 8181. It's your first day on Periscope. Now, what do you guys think about Susan Rice being appointed to the board of Netflix? Are you happy about that? Yeah. I'm fine, Danielle. Thank you. Yeah, I tell you, the reason, I know Marlene's like, throw up. The reason I think they're doing that is because, as we all know, millennials really watch Netflix, and to the point where they get rid of their TV, local channels, cable, and all that, and they turn to Netflix. What better way to get the younger audience, which is what they want, than to go to Netflix? Yeah, so, I mean, you can see it's a calculated risk. Yes, Susan Rice is bad. No, not surprised since Obama's show announcement. Yeah, exactly. And why do you think he probably has a show on there? It will be the Obama News Network soon, yep. Instead of Oprah, maybe he can just own, and make it himself, right? More program thought. Good day, my Sue. You're looking fabulous. Thank you, Josette. Yes, she's in charge of the report reruns of which one? Of Gilligan's Island. Rhonda said communist propaganda arm of liberals. That's it. That's Netflix. You know, there's some good shows on Netflix. You know, especially stuff like cooking shows and dessert shows or whatever, how to make them. Some travel things. But other than that, don't know. Talk about the shadow government. I know, it just continues. It keeps growing. Maybe they'll start new series. Deep State goes to jail. But see, we don't do that. You know, here we go again. You're like, those on the right. Why didn't we get on the board at Netflix? Why didn't we buy Netflix? We don't seem to be ahead of the game. We're always playing catch up, and that doesn't work. We should be buying things like Netflix and getting them going. Have to admit, never watched Netflix. Lee said, bunch of ostriches. I do watch some programs on Netflix. Don't know if I'll be doing it in the future now. Susan Rice was so good at promoting false video to cover for Benghazi. Yes, she was, Rhonda. Hey, Wendell, she looked right at everybody, just like her president, just like everybody else, just like Hillary, and lied that everything in Benghazi was based on a video. Hey, Carmen. So she's very good at lying, very good at propaganda. She's a liar, Marlene said. We are too busy living our lives, not eyes glued to TVs. See, and Brandon, I agree with you, but the problem is we're still the frog in the boiling water, and it just is, it hasn't got to the boiling point yet. We're just sitting there in the water. And I agree, we have a lot of things to do. But I'm telling you, because of it, because we're not expanding, we are basically, we're in that water and the heat's being turned up more and more and more. And while we're out there working and taking care of everybody else, they're taking control of us. And that's horrible. I mean, it really is. And the only way that we can start to chip away at that is to actually, do something about it. We have to start taking over certain things like a Netflix or a Facebook or whatever. GOP strategy is let the left implode. But the left doesn't implode, Brandon, not for a really long time. I mean, look at how long they've been in the public schools. Since the early 1900s. They're not going anywhere. They just stay there, and they keep adding people on. Hey, Gary, adding more and more people into organizations like Netflix, like the celebrities. The war is still going, soft coup, yeah. Yeah, so, I mean, it's not a good thing, and we have to change our strategy. Good morning, Gary. If we don't change the strategy, we end up losing. And how many years have we been losing? Definitely since the early 1900s, we really have. I mean, yes, we've had some wins, but it's not good. Yep, got to cancel Netflix now, Carmen said. We're too nice. We are too nice, Marlene. I think we just figure that on the right that things are just going to work out. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Shulkin is history. Yep, Spencer, we talked about that in the very beginning. This whole gun control issue thing can charge up Dems for the November election. Absolutely. And what do we have charging up our base right now? Follow the Andrew Breitbart strategy, win the culture war, then the political war will follow. And see, Rick, they're winning, the left is winning the culture war. They really are. It's sad, but it's true. And we've got to do something to push back. You know, we really do. And as I said, and I know I ticked a lot of people off probably, this isn't about politics anymore. It really isn't. This politics is just a very tiny portion of what's going on. It's a battle of good and evil. It's a spiritual battle. It's a battle between the people and the globalists. It really is. Talking about removing Second Amendment will fire up the voters. Yeah, but, President Trump already said that's not going to happen. He's not going after the Second Amendment. So that kind of ended that right there. They may talk about it, but, unless we lose Trump out of office, unless we have too many Democrats that take over in 2018, we don't have to worry about it. But unless you go out there and you vote for the Republicans, whether you like to or not, that's exactly what's going to happen. And don't think that the rhinos in Washington, D.C. wouldn't like anything better than 2018 for us to lose control. Because in the long run, I believe that they want President Trump out. They want somebody else to run in 2020. And they're just dumb enough to believe that a Republican running in 2020 other than President Trump will win. Deviant minds are always conjuring up evil. That's right, Daniel. That's true. But it wouldn't surprise me that they're setting President Trump up to fail. I mean, if you have all of this where, they come up with this humongous omnibus bill that they know that their base isn't going to like, but they do it anyway because they know it reflects poorly on the president. And people have already said, well, I'm not going to vote for President Trump anymore because he let me down. He didn't give us what he promised, or he didn't defund Planned Parenthood. Let me just tell you something. Newsflash. No president yet has defunded Planned Parenthood. He's trying. He's doing things. So if that's the only thing that you're doing, or you're saying you're not going to vote for a Republican, is because President Trump didn't defund Planned Parenthood, then I guess you didn't vote for a Republican for the last 10 years. Nobody has done it yet. He's at least trying. Our message is to enlighten citizens of America. The objective of liberals is communism, control rights, religion, and our reality. That's exactly right, Rhonda. It is all about communism and taking over. Dee says, correct. Didn't mean to overstep you, but you know that Snoop Day has a gospel album, a lot of black singers, Snoop Dogg, or was it on it, that defends Snoop. No one condemns what he did about that evil video, but they attacked the POTUS. Yeah, but you know, that's what the left does. They don't care. Yes, Matt Walsh was banging his fist and sucking his thumb last week over not defending Planned Parenthood. Yeah, I know. And like I say, I want Planned Parenthood defunded. Most Republicans do. But I'm not going to sit back and not vote for President Trump just because he wasn't able to defund Planned Parenthood. And let me just say something. It's not up to President Trump. You've got to have the Congress who makes a move towards doing that. And all that omnibus bill, they put it together. You know, and again, I'm rehashing other things. But yes, he could have vetoed it, and it also could have been overridden, and it would have made him look like a weak president. So, I mean, it's a catch-22. It really is, you know, and he's doing things. Is he perfect? We said from the very beginning, he's not perfect. But Republicans right now, as weak as they are, and the rhinos, and as bad as they can be, they're standing in between the Democrats and the Republic. And if the Democrats win and the Republicans get ousted, I'm sorry, but the Republic is gone. If we had gotten Hillary Clinton in here, what would we have? I mean, think about what we would have. And it was her job, I think, to take it the rest of the way down. And whoever gets in next, if it's a Democrat, they're going to do the same thing. Thank you, Barbara. People, please listen. She is correct. It's scary, and nobody wants to believe it. We're still worried about it would be over, JVA. It would be over. We would have socialism, communism throughout, and they won't stop. Trump does nothing right now. He's to the left. They have premeditated bias. And they do that, Brandon, because they want control. They want to take over. They want to control everything. We would have Obamacare right now, full-fledged Obamacare. We would have more people and more people and more people out of work. Right now, it's the lowest unemployment since 1973, the lowest job claims since 1973. That's the plan, to discredit Trump at any cost. Jerry said yes. If HRC had won, none of the truth of intelligence agencies would have been exposed, Rhonda said. That's true. We would know nothing about the FBI. We would know nothing about the DOJ and what's been done. We would know nothing about the CIA. We would have absolutely no chance of learning anything ever about Uranium One. It would have been totally off the table. Her emails would not be still being looked at. Everything would have been closed and moved on. And everything, I'll tell you what, when a Democrat gets into office, everything that President Trump has done, they will go in and they will slash it and it will be gone. So I don't know how to tell people on the Republican side and wake them up and say, look, this isn't the same ball game we've been playing for the last 30 years. The rules have changed. This isn't about, 1 year, the Democrats get in, another 4 years, Republicans get in. It's not that way. Jerry said this is a war. It is a battle for our survival is what it is. And I know some people out there think that's crazy and maybe it's over the top. I'm sorry. I'm telling you what I feel is the absolute truth, what I have been feeling for quite a long time now. For me, this isn't politics. It isn't politics. It's far beyond politics and business as usual. Had someone say that conservatism survives if Hillary would have been elected? Oh my gosh, there's no way. Do you think folks are just weary? I think folks are blind, Lee. JVA said it's not crazy. Daniel said that's right on. We aren't fighting for just Trump. We are fighting for our freedom under the Constitution. And yes, Rhonda, and not only our freedom, but our very lives. And I mean that. I mean, if you see how bad things are now, just imagine a progressive, communist, liberal on the left running the country. If you want lesser of two evils, nice guy, sometimes you have to, I guess you have to pick that. And I tell you, if you want to see what the country, just a glimpse of what the country could look like under a Democrat, go to California, go to LA, go to San Francisco. Go take a look at what's going on. Go take a look at how much it costs to house somebody in the federal prisons in California, and how those people are going to get early releases in the next few years. They're saying that it costs like $75,560,000 to house a prisoner in California, and that's more than going to school at Harvard. I'm from India. I'm sorry, I won't get a visa. Well, nice guy, I know. But, sometimes I think probably we have to keep some people out, some people, really good people out, in order to protect our country. Why? Sherry, it costs $75,560,000 to house one California prisoner each year. That's more than a year at Harvard. There's going to be he plans to spend $11.4 billion for the corrections department, and says that in a few years, in about 4 years, there's going to be 11,500 fewer inmates in prison, because the voters had approved an early release. They convinced people in California that some of these prisoners, now this was under, you remember Obama, he wanted people who were in there for drug crimes to be let out. You don't understand why it costs that much? Well, I don't know. Do you have a personal gym and things like that in your house? I mean, that they do in most prisons. They have to feed them, you have to clothe them, you have to give them their medical treatment. I mean, it costs a lot of money. But the people in California were convinced. They convinced them that we should let's set these people out, early release these people, because they're not really criminals. Drugs are a misdemeanor. Yeah, well, some drugs are. Also, people do break into houses to get money to buy drugs, so don't think it's a victimless crime. It's going to be Mad Max, law-abiding citizens will be locked up for safety. That's right, Marlene. They go back to jail within a year, if that long, Wayne. Ship prisoners out of state to lower operating costs, Rhonda said. It costs over $142,000 to house an inmate from 1 year at Rikers Island, and New York City residents are really being taken over the costs, being raked over the coals by the Jim Crow prison system, Spencer said. Yeah, it costs a lot of money, to house these people. They probably get a lot better, I don't know, medical treatment, or supposedly they have it available to them. The last beast rises from the earth from many people. What are you saying, Mama? I missed the first part, I think. But I remember when I was working for the DA's office at one point. Hey, Ranger Black, there was a question that was asked to me in my interview for the DA's office. This was as a law clerk, and they asked me, a lot of people think that drug use, it's a victimless crime. And I'm sitting there going, oh, no, it ain't. Because of the fact that people break in houses to steal drugs. They have to have the money. In the process, people could be accidentally killed or killed intentionally. There's no such thing as a victimless crime when it comes to drugs. And it destroys families as well. Nobody should be in prison over simple possession. Possession is not a crime as there is no victim. Stealing and breaking and entering are crimes. Well, Spencer, how do you know where they got the the money to be in possession of it? It depends on what drug. I'm not for anybody walking around with cocaine. They are turning over in their graves. No, had a friend whose family were held at gunpoint by a druggie robbing them, Barbara said. Yep. And look how it destroys the life of the person on the drugs and destroys their lives of their families. Tyranny by government must be prevented. Second Amendment repeal to take private defense away is dangerous. Yes. California looks like the sheriff is, for now anyway, is going to be okay, and that's the sheriff who is saying that they're going to work with ICE. If you guys could, we're past the halfway point. If you don't mind sharing this, that'd be great. Friend's husband got to have his gun. I got that. If it came across the border, lives were involved for pot. The California came out with new guidelines just the other day after the Orange County sheriff did what he did, and that is putting online the names of everybody who is going to be released and who's in jail and what they're in there for. People who don't want prison of drug offenders are usually users themselves. Very true, it seems like. Husband had a gun hidden, got to shoot him. Wow. Well, I mean, good for him to being able to defend himself. So California is saying now, this is from the AG Becerra, who basically the other day looked like and acted like and tried to sound like he was going to have the sheriff arrested, possibly. The police and sheriff are prohibited from inquiring into the immigration status of anybody that they stop. So that is still applies. But they can share information about an immigrant's legal status with ICE. The sheriffs and police may assist a federal immigration official as long as the as long as the state law is being enforced. So, in other words, let's say there's a drunk driver who is also possibly an illegal alien. Now the cops can go ahead and assist ICE in taking that person in. Whereas before, the state cops were just saying, okay, we're backing off. We're not going to help you because they were illegal immigrants. Yeah, it does sound like an Al Capone group. I agree with you, Brandon. They can respond to calls now for assistance from federal immigration officers. And as long as there's, again, a state law that's involved. Some other things. But the state law enforcement cannot participate in joint task force activities. So if they're going to go and do a bust like they were in Oakland, the joint task force, they can't go with the ICE agents to go get the illegal aliens. They still can't do that. And they said they cannot be deputized to identify and oust the immigrants. So they can't be deputized by the federal agents. Basically, I think what happened is finally the Attorney General of California went back and read his I don't know, maybe the statutes, maybe the constitutional law, something that gave him the idea that if he didn't change what was being done, that he might be guilty of something, or California may be fined, or whatever, that their acts may be unconstitutional. And so the OC Sheriff's Department, for now, they can go ahead, it looks like, and do exactly what they were doing, let everybody know who's in there and what they're there for and when they will be released. So thank you. And I'm telling you, if it comes down to it, I was on my way, and I tweeted this out. I was going there to stand for the president, not the president, but the sheriff of Orange County, if need be, if they arrested him. Hey, Tony. Is it Tony or Toning A? I don't know which one it is. But thankfully, that looks like for now it may be over, which I think is encouraging, because maybe California knows that they're doing things that are unconstitutional, and maybe that will help when the Supreme Court makes a final decision. Yeah, okay. Both are fine. Here's some kind of sick stuff going on with Nicholas Cruz. Hey, Shannon, who is the alleged Parkland shooter. There are tons of people who are sending him suggestive photos, telling him how much they love him, telling him that they're going to try to do everything they can to help him. I mean, here's a person who allegedly killed 17 people, and you've got people sending him suggestive pictures and everything. I've been in meetings, so I'll catch the first half of this on the replay. No problem, Shannon. Photos, one told him her actual breast size. I guess that was supposed to, I don't know. Anyway, do you think we don't have a problem in this country with mental health issues? What is wrong with these people? I don't know, Lee. Something that probably needs to be looked at. Carmen said, please pray for her father. He's in the hospital. So, everybody, please pray for Carmen's father. Yes, absolutely sick, Jerry. Okay, Carmen, take care. Prayers from Kentucky, Shannon said, for Carmen's dad. Everybody praying for Carmen. Here's something else that happened in California. A California man allegedly tried to arrange to have sex with a 4-year-old. He was willing to pay up to $700 for 2 sessions or $500 to have her spend the night. He claims he has done it in the past. He lived next door to a daycare center and was a security guard at Allied Universal. He's now been arrested. I mean, talk about what's wrong with people. What is wrong with people? California is a new Babylon. It seems like it, Shannon. I'm telling you, it's so sad. I know it's happening in other places too. It just seems like California is in the spotlight for not good things sometimes. God bless the little children, Marlene said. Oh my God, this poor child. I know, Lee. I can't even imagine. We know the good news, though. Absolutely, Brandon. And that's what we have to keep focused on. In Compton, just want to let you know that 31 guns have been stolen from the Compton City Hall in California. That's shocking to me because, number one, I didn't know California had guns in the City Hall. They stole 23 .40 caliber Beretta pistols and 8 Glocks. And they were taken last year from March until August. And not a peep until now. Hey, Nikolai, take him out. God, Nikolai. Yeah, well, Lord, hurry up and come take us out of this hellhole. I know, Lee. I know. And Lee, the sad thing is that we know that it's only going to get worse before it gets better. Inside job, you think so, Colleen? I would think that somebody had to know they were there. Because most people, like I said, they don't know that there are guns in the city hall, in any city hall in California. That's kind of surprising. Proof banning guns won't solve anything. Criminals will steal them. Oh, yeah. You know, Brandon, I'm sure it was just, I'm sure it was just an accidental misplacing. That was all. Was Holder in Compton? I know, Shannon. Exactly. Who was supposed to be keeping track of those guns in the city hall? That's a good question, Nikolai. I have no idea. No idea at all. And don't worry, I'm sure they won't show up anywhere on the streets of California. And I don't think I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say I don't think illegals took those guns. So there you go. Good news for the NRA after the Parkland shooting. The reports from the Federal Election Commission show donations to the NRA's political victory fund tripled from January to February. So in February, it tripled from January, I should say. In January, the NRA collected almost $248,000 in individual contributions. In February, they collected more than $779,000. So keep it going and, renew your memberships. Amazon shares fell almost 5%. Liberal politicians have ruined California. For sure, Ernest, for sure. They need to get them out. They need to divide California into the new California or just California and the new California. I'm curious as to know how many NRA members have committed these crimes the left is mad about. 0. I did for 5 years, Marlene said. Keep it up, camera hog. We need to find out when Mr. Hogg is having his birthday, because I'm sure everyone wants to make sure they know when his 18th birthday is this year. So, can all wish him a happy birthday together on his 18th birthday. I haven't. It's funny, but I haven't been able to find anywhere how old David Hogg really is, and when his birthday is this year, when he's turning 18. Alan, I don't think they'll divide. Californians, I know, would really love it. Those like me, like-minded people like me, would love for California to divide. Whether it will happen, probably not. At one point, they did try to split California into 6 states. That didn't happen. 2 would be easier, but I don't think it's going to happen. But I would certainly vote for it. I would love it. Because, again, it's the people on the coast with the money who are controlling everything in California. Amazon shares fell almost 5% on Wednesday, wiping out more than $30 billion with a B off its market value. Oh, that's terrible. Oregon tried it. Alan said, yeah. 2 states would be nice. A new California. Yep. It would be great. It would be great. We can always dream. We can always, keep trying. But I doubt it. I doubt it will happen. Because I think, California just doesn't, I don't know. I think California is asleep in a lot of ways. Let's put it that way. Amazon Bezos, another CIA setup, Jerry said. Waiting for Al Sharpton to arrive in Sacramento for Stephen Clark's funeral. Well, Nikolai, right now, he's probably trying to help his half-brother out of a murder charge. It ain't California dreaming for sure. Exactly. Maybe nightmare turning, but not dreaming. I hear the song Wishing and Hoping playing. I know, Marianne. I know. Absolutely. This goes on all the time in Massachusetts. Twice in 2 years, guns, cash, and drugs, and lots of all. A dozen probably are involved. Cops running and guns and dealing drugs. Nothing new. Spencer said. Let's see. Arizona's Republican governor, Doug Ducey, I believe? Yes, Doug Ducey. He basically, what they're saying is that, yes, it's a nightmare right now for folks like you guys. I know, Tony. They're saying that Doug Ducey knew about Uber and their autonomous, self-driving vehicles and didn't tell anybody. And they have been doing that for a very long time. And they found out about that in emails. They reveal how Uber offered workspace for Ducey's staff in San Francisco, praised the governor lavishly, and promised to bring money and jobs to his state. Those are the allegations. I escaped Maryland. Haha, that's a liberal California in the making, too. Yes. Make America great. And keep America great. Yep, just heard about that one, but I have to work in Sacramento today near the Capitol. Nikolai, I went to law school there. Did you know George? Money makes folks do crazy things. Yep, keep America great. Absolutely. So that's not going to fare too well for the governor, but we shall see. Governor Ducey is the governor that I talked to in regards to the homeless veterans there. So maybe he's got his hands full with more things now than just thinking about the homeless veterans. But who knows? Be careful in Sacramento. For sure. Sacramento is kind of an odd place. When I was going to law school there was, not that I had time, but there was like nothing to do in Sacramento. Nothing. Doug Ducey is Republican. Yep. Yes, he is, Daniel. Sacramento is one of those places where you kind of go elsewhere to do stuff. Like you go to, maybe you drive to San Francisco or you drive to Monterey because there's not too much to do. I heard city council members in California made more than the U.S. congressman. That would not surprise me, Brandon. After all, look how much money, like I said, is missing. They're saying it's just it hasn't been used yet. But how many congressmen and women do you know that would allow money to just sit there and not be used, but it would still be there? I don't know. It doesn't sound logical to me. Of course, it is the left that we're dealing with, so that could possibly be. Yep, McGeorge is a very good school. Justice Kennedy taught there. Yep, he did, Nikolai. It's too bad that Justice Kennedy has been a kind of a disappointment for some of us. Where are the politicians that serve instead of enriching themselves? Don't know. It seems like because we allow people to come in and be career politicians, that we cultivate that type of culture in politics. I mean, where is it? The founding fathers certainly didn't mean for us to have career politicians, for people to go in and get rich, for people to go in and have lobbyists, give them all kinds of money and get rich. That was never the case. We should have people that come in, serve for a year or two, and out they go. Oh, sure. Have you seen some of the houses those reps live in? Yep. Yes, to turn limits, Tony. Yeah, and that's why we have Jerry Brown out in 2020. Jerry Brown isn't ever going to be out soon enough for me. But again, the alternatives, I don't know. President of my alma mater said our university is good, family, and country driven. That's nice. Oh, God driven. Okay. Isn't Trump enriching himself? How do you manage that with when you're getting no salary to be the president? I know 2020 is too far away. Need an executive order on term limits. Yeah, that won't happen. $1 a year. I know. Whoo! He's enriching himself. Gosh, let's take that dollar away from him. Woohoo! I tell you what, if President Trump, there's no way I would do that job that he's doing right now as president. I mean, why do that in your later years in life? Yeah, well, here, I'm going to confirm that you're getting blocked there, Wood. Unbelievable. It's only Thursday. The basements don't get cleaned until Friday. Why are these people here already? Yeah, plus death threats. I know, Jerry. Like, why would you want to do that in your 70s when you could just sit back? I know, Block Ninja. Ha! ah. Trolls. Unbelievable. Obama enriched himself, now worth millions on a president's salary. Yes, as a matter of fact, Brandon, when he left, he was worth about $12 million. And he wasn't worth that much when he started 8 years ago, 8 years prior. So I don't know how you get that much money. And then poor Liz Warren. Boy, she's pretty rich too. Yep, because he loves his country. Trump was made for this job. Their mothers threw out the living. Only way term limits can be enacted is by convention of states for the purpose of proposing amendments, Spencer said. Maxine Pelosi, Warren, these are examples, absolutely. Trolls were off school for Good Friday, and that's right, spring break. Easter break starting early. That's truly forgot about those trolls. Yep. Forgot about those trolls. Ben Shapiro is going to be on Westwood One, and he's going to have, they're going to syndicate his podcast. So if you like Ben Shapiro, I like Ben Shapiro, just don't like Ben's voice too much, but that's okay. They probably got in too much chugging. Exactly. Only takes 34 states to apply for the convention, and then Congress sets terms. Yeah, but Congress also has to agree to the convention of states. Off for Easter, but do not know what Easter is for. Yep. Actually, Brandon, it's Resurrection Sunday. Their head not on straight even when sober. Exactly, Tony. They probably think more clearly when they're drinking, no doubt. A lot of times Shapiro slams President Trump. Yeah. What does anybody think about Coulter now? The same as I did for a while. She is like pro-Trump one day and off the train the next day. Hey, Jules, I know what it is. I was referring to the trolls. Oh, I know, Brandon. Heard Trump is worth $2 billion since becoming president. Oh, I don't know about that, Barbara, but hey, he was probably worth that much before. Oh, less. Anne's total flip-flopper. Yes, she is. Hey, Bennett. It seems like Anne does whatever Anne needs to do at the moment to kind of get attention and keep herself in the limelight. Trolls are celebrating Ishtar, Daniel said. Jeb Bush was at giving a talk in, was it Yale, I think? And he had to slam President Trump when he did that. Ann is out for herself, Cully said. Trump took $1 million and turned it into billions, Brandon said. That's true. Jeb Bush said, I go home to children who actually love me. Jeb, really? I know, Lynn. It's kind of sad and pathetic in a very sad and pathetic type of way that he would even say that. He's like John McCain, who never got over not being allowed to be president, and so every opportunity. Whole country loves Trump. Yep, Molly. Talk about attention seeking. I know, Marlene. My gosh. I mean, Jeb, just move on. You weren't worthy. Okay, move, go. But low energy Jeb. Chromie's going to try to. He's going to try to do it again in 2020. The kids have charge him. He's low energy. Oh, I know, Cully. He's pretty amazing. Again, though, Trump truly does love our country. If McCain wasn't a POW, he would have gone long ago. Exactly, Brandon. Obama's book deal, 60 million fishy too. Can't sell that many books unless someone is buying a huge amount. He's like Hillary, still moaning about it. Yep, Kaya is running again too. Uh, but I'm an entitled Bush. Yes, Alan. I think he really thinks he is. Yeah, Kasich. Yeah, Kasich said they want him to run again. I don't think he's announced that yet, Marlene. But yeah, he probably will. Because Kasich's got to be in there to try to ruin it for everybody else. Left thinks Trump is Hitler, but want the government to take guns. Guess they're not into history. Brian, I don't think they are. McCain can't stand him right now, and I voted for that guy. I didn't. Yeah, McCabe can't stand anybody on the Republican side, it seems. Jeb was the runt of the litter. you know, yeah, we talked about that too, Croman. Uh, Jeb Bush, I hate to say this, Jeb Bush is the Ted Kennedy of the Kennedy family. We'll have 20 rhinos running against Trump in 2020. Oh, yeah, you betcha. Every rhino that there is will be running, and every hardcore progressive Democrat will be running. Molly says boycott Netflix. Yep. Yeah, when you put Susan Rice on Netflix, is what I said. What I said on earlier, that Netflix is trying to go after the millennials, I think, and that's why that they put Susan Rice on the board. One of Jeb's kids had big drug problem, I recall. Well, I know, the Bushes are kind of connected with some drug activity in their family, but rhinos they should just go to the Dems. Yeah, Tony, I guess there's a reason they want to be rhinos, though. Because if they went over to the Dems, they wouldn't be like this big fish, right? So right now, as a rhino, you can kind of be a big fish, like Paul Ryan, who I hope, by the way, I hope the rumor is true and that he resigns as Speaker of the House, but I don't know. They vote for the Dems anyways, yep. They play both sides. My theory is we need more Rand Paul and less Paul Ryan, Shannon said. They do play both sides, Brandon, and if they were, just think about that, how good that is for them, because they can stay on as a Republican and help the Democrats by reaching across the aisle. We need to vote Ryan out. Check Nick Poltz out. Okay. Yes, Ryan needs to leave. Yeah, he does. I can't see Ryan leaving. I can't either leave, but you never know. The swamp is on both sides. Absolutely. But we still need to vote Republican, because if you don't, you're going to get a Democrat. That's for sure. And again, if you sit home or your beliefs tell you to sit home or whatever, you're going to get a progressive in, probably just like Hillary or worse, and you think you didn't know or recognize America under Obama, just wait. Just wait. You think that you're worried about your Second Amendment? Just wait. Just wait. First Amendment? Gone. So I don't know. I don't know how we wake people up. I don't know how we convince people on the Republican side that that's true. I don't know. MAGA candidate for sure. But I mean, if you have any way to wake up your neighbors, that convince them to go out and vote, stump for some of these Republicans, I would say. Hey Bob. I know the independents want a third party. We don't have time for a third party right now. It takes a long time to cultivate a party like that that's really going to have any meaning. All you're going to do is split the votes away from the Republicans. And I know maybe you're saying, well, that's what I need to do or want to do. Well, you know, I hate to see you do that because you're taking us all down that road. After 2024, who will fill Trump's shoes on the GOP side? I don't know, Brandon. Both the Bush clan and Clintons have a real drug problem, in my opinion. Spencer said, it'll be something that I'm not looking forward to see who takes Trump's place after. I don't think Ivanka. Ivanka is a Democrat. Thanks, Susan. Have a great day, everyone. MAGA on. All right, everybody. I will see you tomorrow. Thank you so much. God bless you. Please retweet this if you will. All right. And don't forget, My Ears Are Not Like Yours, available at Amazon.com for the kids that you love when you want to give them a positive message. I will see you tomorrow. Whoops, there goes my microphone. Oh my gosh. All right. See you guys. God bless. Take care. Oh, every time I go to try to leave, it doesn't want me to go. There we go. Thank you, YouTube. See you tomorrow. God bless.